Hello everyone and welcome to my first episode of my Kerbal Space Program adventure. My goal here is to help educate, even in the slightest way, about the perils and struggles and successes of space travel and how we can use a video game to help us learn that. So what we've got here is the wonderful game Kerbal Space Program. Now I have a little bit of experience with this game, not too much. Most of my experiences do involve our poor Kerbals crashing and hopefully escaping, but their shuttles and space travel vehicles exploding in spectacular fashion over the surface of Kerbal. Now Kerbal is a 1/6 replica of planet Earth. As such, it has the same gravity characteristics as planet Earth. So today we're going to try at the start of my career save to escape Kerbal's gravity and land back safely to grab some lovely science. So here we've entered my complex. It's quite small at the moment as we're just starting our journey, and I am going to begin building a very unplanned rocket that's hopefully going to take our brave Kerbal astronaut Valentina Kerbin into orbit, or at least escape Kerbal's gravity and come back safely. Now our hastily built and poorly planned rocket is complete. It is time to get it onto the launch pad and see how it fares for the first trip, hopefully out of the atmosphere. And we are off. We've started quite well. Now the reason that we need all these rockets to launch this... Oh, hang on. Well, we've just managed to correct it just in time before we had a bit of a flip over them, which would have been disastrous. The reason that we have all of this thrust here, launching our rocket into the sky, is that Earth's gravity is very powerful and we need quite a bit of fuel and engine power to escape it. And what we can see here is our expected flight path. Now, I was hoping we would have enough fuel and power to get above that and open it up so we could be going fast enough laterally, that is sideways, and high enough so that we could get into a stable orbit around Kerbin. Now, if we remember from science that an orbit is basically falling towards the planet but moving so fast in a sideways direction that you never hit it because of the curvature of the Earth. So right now we can see our vessel is going to get pretty high up. Right now it's 42,000 meters above sea level, and we've just launched our final rocket stage. So it's all going okay at the moment for escaping the atmosphere of Kerbin and returning back safely. Now, as we approach our apoapsis, which is the high point of our trajectory, the most efficient way to use your fuel is closer to the apoapsis. So you can see I've burnt my final engine stage, and we can see in the map that it's increased quite substantially. My current levels of fuel are not super high, but we'll see if we can have a nice flight above the surface. And I'm going to make a burn just here, right near the apoapsis, and in the direction that we're traveling, and hopefully that'll create enough sidewards momentum for us to get into an orbit. We can see here it's looking pretty good so far, but probably, or we are out of fuel in fact, so looks like we're not going to get around Kerbin today and get into a stable orbit, but that's perfectly fine. I'll just collect a bit of science up here, which is something of course that real astronauts will do when they are on missions, and hopefully we can get Valentina back down to the surface nice and safe. Now I have time skipped a little bit just so we don't see a very, very long and slow descent of our vehicle. It seems as if I have made an error and not been able to jettison our engine, so this could be quite problematic. As we can see as it re-enters Earth's atmosphere, or Kerbin's atmosphere, that it is getting quite hot, and we can see, oh no, the command module is still intact, and it looks like the parachute will still work, and well, it looks like the transmission has cut out from our mission, and let's hope that they've recovered Valentina and the spacecraft safely. Until next time for our next mission, thanks for tuning in, and don't forget to subscribe and like the video if you enjoyed it.